Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Tech Talks with AK. I'm Ankit Kumar. We have now finished implementing our linked list in code, so let's talk about its performance and some practical use cases in which we could use linked list. Let's first explore the performance and time complexity of linked list. Linked lists have a constant time or big O of 1 runtime for adding and removing nodes from the head and in the tail. This is because we are using our head and tail pointers to keep track of our head and tail nodes. Therefore, we never have to iterate through the whole linked list to find head or tail. We can find it and perform an operation on it in constant time because we always know right where they are because we have our pointers. So adding and removing nodes to the head and tail of our linked list is clearly very performant. Searching a linked list can be done in linear time complexity or big O of n. Because to find a value that we are looking for inside our linked list, in the worst case scenario, we would have to iterate through the entire list to find that value. So as our linked list grows in size, the time that we take to run our search function will grow proportionally of the size of our linked list. And big O of n is still an acceptable and efficient time complexity. So you can see linked lists are rather performant in nature, and that is one of the reasons that they are very commonly used data structure. Some practical use cases of linked lists could be in online gaming. For example, let's say you are creating an online poker application. You might want to use a circular linked list in which the head and the tail of the linked list are connected to make a circle to implement the gameplay. In this situation, you would have additional pointers that reference the player whose turn it is, or the active player, the big dealer, the big blind, small blind, etc. Online games are just some places that linked list can be used in practice. And of course, there are many other places that linked list can be applied as well. One last thing that I want to touch on about linked list, which could possibly come up in interviews, is why they are good data structure to use in lower level languages that actually deals with the memory management, which you won't actually have to deal with in JavaScript. And the reason that they are good data structure to use in languages that deal with the physical memory spaces on your hard drive is that they allow you to break up a lot of data into little pieces that can be spread across different areas, and they don't necessarily have to be stored together. For example, if you want to store a list of data in memory, one way is to store that data would be store it all together like this, where the green blocks are new pieces of data we want to store. But what happens if some areas of memory are already taken up and you can't store data together? Well, in that case, you could use linked list. You use a linked list because each piece of data is stored on its own, and each piece of data also has a next pointer that references to the location of the next piece of data like this, which is essentially the next pointer that we have implemented on our linked list. So all of the data is still connected. It's just not stored all in the same place. This graphic might help you to visualize what I meant by that. So linked lists are very effective at using space or memory and efficient too. That's all for this video guys about linked list. I hope that you have learned a lot and have better understanding of what a linked list is, what it is useful for, and how to implement in code. And in the next sections, we will be exploring and implementing another very powerful data structure called the binary search tree. I will see you in the next videos. If you found this video useful, please press thumbs up, share with your friends who might find it useful, And don't forget to subscribe to get notified about more interesting technical videos from Tech Talks with AK. Thank you.